Hi guys, Marcus here and welcome to Chinese Entertainment Update August 3rd, 2019 edition. This opener is brought to you from beautiful Deer Lake Park in Burnaby, British Columbia. And make sure to watch till the end where for your convenience I do a recap of all the dramas I covered in this episode. In this episode, I start binging Novoland Eagle Flag and Go-Go Squid gets into a bit of controversy. But first,
The Best of Times is an upcoming modern drama starring Chen Qingxu and Hu Bingqing. The drama tells the story of three professionals, played by Chen Qingxu, Hu Bingqing, and Yu Haoming, as they strive for excellence in China's railway sector. At the same time, of course, they form a love triangle. Chen Qingxu is arguably best known for his last starring role opposite Peng Xiaoran in the costume drama Goodbye My Princess. I personally thought he was great in Goodbye My Princess. He was terrific in the final episode where, if you had watched it, know that it was very emotional and some not so nice things happened. Yeah, it wasn't one of those with a happy ending. But the one lasting impression I have of him is from a behind-the-scenes video for that particular scene. In the video, Peng Xiaoran consoles him and helps him get out of character as he sobs uncontrollably. I just think it's awesome when I see actors pour their hearts into a role. It shows that they really care about the role. I first saw Hu Bingqing last year in The Legend of Dugu, which had quite a decent following when it aired. I quickly checked out Hu Bingqing's resume and she has 6 dramas waiting to premiere. She's been a busy girl. Among them is Unrequited Love with Hu Yitian, not to be confused with another drama that premiered recently, also entitled Unrequited Love. Yu Haoming has also been in a bunch of popular dramas in the past couple of years, but I will never forget him as the heinous Du Mingli in Nothing Gold Can Stay. The fact that I despised his character so much shows he did a good job though. The Best of Times is slated for 40 episodes with no official premiere date yet, but more on premiere dates a little later. One Boat, One World is an upcoming modern drama starring Zhang Han and Claudia Wang. It tells the story of the chief officer of a cruise ship with a community of over 6,000 tourists and staff members, and how he meets a tour guide and falls in love with her. Zhang Han first hit the drama scene when he starred in 2009's idol drama Meteor Shower with Zhen Shuang. The two eventually dated for 5 years. I last saw Zhang Han in the modern drama Hear the Heart, in which he starred opposite Janine Chang. Claudia Wang entered the industry a few years before Zhang Han and is the same age as him, 34. She's had many leading lady roles, but admittedly I've only noticed her last year. Her recent works include the Martial Universe series with Yang Yang and the ill-fated Investiture of the Gods with Luo Jing. One Boat, One World is slated for 46 episodes and has long been completed. They wrapped filming in April of last year, but there's no official premiere date yet. Again, more on that later. The Moon Doesn't Understand My Heart is a modern drama starring Victoria Song and Oh Hao. It tells the story of a poor girl and her journey to becoming a top real estate tycoon. Along the way, she also gets involved in a love triangle with 2 rich brothers. Victoria Song's last drama was Moonshine and Valentine, in which she starred in with Johnny Huang, whereas Oh Hao starred in the wuxia drama Hero's Dream. Both dramas came out last year. The Moon Doesn't Understand My Heart is slated for 48 episodes. So remember I spoke in the last episode about the 100 days of broadcasting where they're only gonna show patriotic dramas and cut out all the historical and idol ones? Well, all 3 aforementioned dramas, The Best of Times, One Boat, One World, and The Moon Doesn't Understand My Heart have all been approved by the censorship board. So while there are no premiere dates for those dramas, it is very likely that they're gonna show in the 100-day period. You know, when I first read about the 100 days of broadcasting, I expected all the dramas to be like Republican era ones or like super patriotic ones. But as I check out the list even more, it seems there are some modern ones that I didn't expect to be there. So who knows, maybe it's not gonna be as bad as we thought. But I'm still not a happy camper that there are no historical dramas. Hopefully, The Longest Day in Chang'an, The Untamed, and Novoland Eagle Flag will last me through that period. Novoland Eagle Flag is a costume drama starring Liu Haoran, Lorena Song, and Chen Ruoxuan, and I recently binged the first 4 episodes. A small binge, 4 episodes. We all know that drama watching pros are capable of way more than that. Anyways, I'm starting to see why people are saying that this drama is binge-worthy. It really is quite spectacular so far. Some of the scenery is breathtaking. There are some awesome shots of mountains and valleys and prairies. Even the shots of the palaces and promenades leading to them are amazing. The production team really spared no expense with the cinematography. And the story is moving really well too. It's not dragging or making me want to skip. And the main cast is terrific, all three of them. The only slight issue I have with them is that the actors are still overdubbed. But if I'm not mistaken, the actors are doing their own dubbing, so it's still their own voices you're hearing and not some dubbing artist. Go-Go Squid has recently come to its conclusion, so if you're looking for something different to get hooked on, may I suggest Novoland Eagle Flag. Most of what you hear about Go-Go Squid lately has been positive, how it's the hit of the summer, how people are loving the two leads, but recently it was hit with some controversy. Apparently, at around the 18th minute of the 39th episode, there was a shot that showed a partial world map. And on that map, Taiwan and Hainan were highlighted in a different color as mainland China. Additionally, Russia's Sakhalin and Crimea were incorrectly marked. The shot lasted about 19 seconds and apparently had some viewers up in arms. Some even turned on Yang Zi because she was one of the investors of the drama, reportedly. One netizen was quote-unquote disgusted and angered beyond words, and another ridiculed that Hainanese people weren't even aware that Hainan was an independent state. While this controversy brewed, streaming platforms including YouTube took down the episode and made revisions before putting it back online. You know, this goes to show that netizens notice everything, and also that they have too much time on their hands. For me, this is not a big deal. Productions make every effort to pay attention to detail, but inevitably, things are gonna slip through the cracks, even in the biggest productions. Okay, so the Taiwan and China issue is a sensitive one. This is not a political show, so I won't get into it, but I seriously doubt that the show or anyone on that show was making any big political statements with that 19 seconds. All it was a small error by the production, and they tried their best to fix it, and I'm willing to move on. So a quick recap of all the dramas I covered in this episode. The Best of Times, One Boat, One World, and The Moon Doesn't Understand My Heart all will very likely premiere within the next 3 months. And Novoland Eagle Flag is now playing and is one drama that I highly recommend. Before I let you guys go, I have an exciting announcement. I've launched a Patreon page. I hope you guys will check it out. The link is in the description box below. There you will learn about the perks of being a patron, including being a part of my show. When you become a patron, I will give one of you a shout out and answer your question at the end of one of my Chinese Entertainment Update episodes. I will do all the research and present your question as a segment and give my thoughts and comments on it. Of course, you will have my utmost gratitude for any monetary support you give. This show would not be possible without your support, whether it's through Patreon or simply just watching, commenting, and sharing. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart.